Morning Year 3, happy Friday. So this is our last maths lesson of this week. And today we're going to be still doing subtracting. We're going to be subtracting 1-digit numbers, 2-digit numbers and 3-digit numbers today. I'm going to show you, I'm not going to use number lines today. We're just going to use drawing base 10 and number bonds. But you can still use number lines if you want to. Now the first question is a 3-digit number, take away a 1-digit number. So 453, take away 2. So I've already drawn the base 10, like my version of the base 10. So I've drawn 400 squares, 5 10 bars and 3 ones. So we're going to take away 2. So we're going to cross out 2 ones, making sure that I know for definite that these are crossed out so I don't accidentally count them when I'm adding out. So that was quite quick. I crossed out the 2 ones. Let's count them up again. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 400 still. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 10s. And I've got 1 1. So if you notice, the hundreds have stayed the same, the 10s have stayed the same, and only the 1s have changed because it's only the ones that we've taken away and we haven't had to regroup or rename. So let's see what happens whenever we're taking away a 2-digit number, the 20, from a 3-digit number. So 453 still, I've had to draw it out again, just to divide these two questions. I've drawn it out again, so don't get confused between the ones I've already crossed out. And we're taking away 20, so that's 2 groups of 10. So let's cross out 1 group of 10 and 2 groups of 10, making it really clear and know for definite those are crossed out. So let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 400 still. 1, 2, 3 10s, which is 30. And 1, 2, 3 1s. So let's look. The hundreds have stayed the same. The 10s have changed this time, and the 1s have stayed the same because we've taken away a whole group of 10s. There's no 1s being taken away. There's no hundreds being taken away. Just 10s. It's only the 10s that have changed. Now the final question for part 1 that we're doing, that's a bit better, is we're taking away a 3-digit number from a 3-digit number. So 453, take away 200 this time. So what do you think is going to happen? Do you think the 1s will change, the 10s will change, or the hundreds are going to change? What do you think? Let's have a look. So we're taking away 200, so we don't need to take away any 1s, don't need to take away any 10s. We're just taking away 2 of our 100 squares. So I'm going to cross 1, 2 out. So let's count up. We've got 1, 2 hundreds, and then go in the hundreds place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 10s still, and 1, 2, 3 1s. So our hundreds have changed, 10s have stayed the same, and our 1s have stayed the same. So because we've taken away just hundreds, a whole 100, only the hundreds have changed. Now we know this can happen as well whenever we're doing our number bonds. So if we look at 2a, 794 take away 3. Now because we don't need to regroup. We know we don't need to regroup because this number is less than the 1s in the bigger number. So because we're only dealing with the 1s, we're going to pull out the 4, which is in the 1s place, and keep the hundreds and the 10s together. Remember, we add in that placeholder, so you don't think it's 79, you know it's 790. And then we're going to work out these together. So 4 take away 3. Remember, it's always the bigger number first to take away. 4 take away 3 is 1, and we need to add on the 790 again. So if you say it quite quickly, you can hear the answer. 790 and 1. 790 add 1. 791. Perfect. So we know it's right because the hundreds have stayed the same, the 10s have stayed the same, and only the 1s have changed because we were only taking away 1s. Let's look at taking away the 10s. Which parts do you think we're going to pull away from the rest? So we're going to take away the hundreds, the 10s, or the 1s if we're taking away 30. So because we're only going to be taking away from the 10s column, we're going to pull away the 90 from the number. And we're going to keep the 7 placeholder 4. 7 placeholder 4. so 704. Then we're going to be taking away these two numbers together. So 90 take away 30. You can count back in your tens. 90, 80, 70, 60. So we know it's 60. Add 704. Because we need to put these two numbers together again to get our answer. So I'm running out of room a little bit here. Now we know this will slot in because we've no ones to add, so the ones are going to stay the same. 6 tens and no tens are going to be 6, and 7 hundreds and no hundreds are going to be 7. So let's just check. The hundreds have stayed the same, the tens have changed because we've took away tens, and the ones have stayed the same because there were no ones to take away. Now our final question for today's guided practice is 794 take away 300. So which part of 794 do you think we're going to pull away from the rest of the number to take the 300 away from? Are we going to take the ones, the tens, or the hundreds? So we're going to take the hundreds because we're working with the hundreds. There's 3 hundreds here. No tens. You can see here no tens, no ones. We just need the hundreds. So we're going to take away the 700 and that's going to leave us with 94. We don't need to put a placeholder at the start because we don't start a positive number. We don't start a number with 0. We only need it if it's further down. Then we're going to take 700, take away 300. So count back in your hundreds is 700. Then we're going to 600, 500, 400. So our answer is 400. Remember we need to add back on the 94. 494, you can hear it, 494. So let's just check. The hundreds have changed because we've taken away hundreds. The tens have stayed the same and the ones have stayed the same. Okay, I know these are a little bit tricky, but just keep trying your hardest. Remember, whenever you're drawing your base 10, if you find that easier, it doesn't matter. They don't need to be perfect. Just do them in your yellow home learning book. Just sketch them out and make sure you cross them out really clearly so you don't accidentally add them up again. Alright, year 3, and enjoy your weekend, and we'll do some more maths next week. Can't wait.